So pumped to be here with you guys tonight. Thank you so much for coming out. I'd like to think we're all here to see you here. We are so privileged. It's really cool to be, we kind of, Mark and I cut our teeth on some Michael W. Smith records, and to be on the road in our home country with the man is pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're so glad to be here. We got our, I guess that's Copperly, I'm not sure. We got our start about 10 years ago. Mark and I's first regular gig was in a nursing home, so things have changed a little bit. And, they taught us everything we needed to know about volume.
We've toned it down a little bit.
We've toned it a little bit down from Michael Smith set. We've been at this about 10 years. It's been a really cool journey. We've named ourselves Down Here because we wanted to be approachable and accessible, to people, and we wanted to be the way Jesus was when he was down here. He came as a servant. He wasn't so much interested in climbing some sort of ladder, but he was really, really interested in the person that was right there, right in front of him.
Amen.
And that's kind of a tough thing to do when you have a platform, and you have a ministry. And so maybe some of the ways we've tried to adopt that is just by telling our story as closely, as intimately as we can through our songs. We've always wanted to write music that came from real places in life, and wanted those events in life to really influence the questions and the prayers that we have to God. And a lot of our music is just that, just prayers. I went through a season, one of those seasons for me that was really formative. It's about 3 years ago now. I went through a season of panic attacks. And anytime I heard the word panic attack before, I thought, chill out, have some pierogies and some farmer sausage, everything's going to be cool. And it's nothing like that. If you've ever suffered from anxiety or depression or anything like that, it's outside of your control. It's kind of a weird deal to not have control of your emotions. Being an emotional person for me is really difficult. And I was in the season of having these panic attacks, and one night, it was maybe 2 or 3 in the morning, my wife was asleep upstairs in our house in Nashville, and I'm sitting down at the piano, I'm going, I'm in the middle of this panic attack, my heart is beating through my chest, I'm sweating, I'm really struggling with what I really believe to be true. And you hear these kind of answers, these very Christian, positive things like all things work together for good for those who love God, are called according to his purpose. But how does that make sense right here, right now, in the middle of this storm? It just doesn't. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to know it. It's not comforting. And it certainly doesn't sort of apply to the situation, at least in the moment. And I'm flipping through a hymnal. My wife buys me these old hymnals. And like I said, I'm in the middle of this panic attack, and I'm playing through some of these songs. I grew up in a Baptist church, and I know a lot of these old hymns, and I'm very aware, as I'm playing through this hymn book, of the dates of the authors that wrote these songs. As I turn the pages, it's like 1600 and something, 1700, 1800, early 1900s. And between those lyrics and those pages and those old hymns, a truth from beyond the grave is reminding me of a hope beyond the grave, especially when I got to the Easter section. Our hope tonight is not in securities. It's not in a beefed up emergency cash nest egg. It's not in a great retirement plan. It's not in a miracle cure for cancer or some social program or a political party or anything like that. It's not in, I just put a roof on my house. I bought 30-year shingles, although I'm pretty sure I'm not going to live in that house for 30 years. We do silly things sometimes to give us this sense of security here. And as much as we fight that phantom, it's always crouching upon our doorsteps, and it's easy to get lost in that. Our hope tonight is not based on those things. Our hope tonight is a hope beyond hopes, a hope beyond the grave. And I would assume that you're here, and in some way, you're in the middle of a storm, and you feel boxed in. There's a decision to be made, and you really don't know which way to turn. There's a relationship that is strained and struggling, and you don't know how to make it right. there's a body that is failing and you don't know how to fix it. My hope tonight, in the middle of my storm, is a hope beyond hopes. The person, the power, and the resurrection of Jesus. And that's something I can sing about no matter what's going on. Hope is rising. Somewhere between youth and disappointments, the dream became despair, the love became a lie. Just now I've reached the end of my life. Just now I'm too tired to keep on trying. It's a sunrise for the end. Hope is rising and it's breathing for me again. Hope is beneath the roses of